Nobody wants to call it out, but you know what? I'm going to call it out. Joe Biden and his administration are racist, okay? I hope that black people stop voting Democrat because the Democrats are a bunch of liars. They will make you think they'll do one thing and then they'll do another. Why does Border Patrol even have whips on their personnel? And I'm not a Trump supporter, but at least Trump was honest when he said he wanted to build a wall and say, no, you can't.
The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
Joe Biden is racist. But what really gets me upset is that if this were Trump, if this were happening on his watch, everybody would have something to say. But now everybody's so quiet. People don't have as much to say. And I'll tell you why. A lot of black people and people of color voted for Joe Biden because they thought he would be different. Because, you know, a lot of people basically just wanted anyone in office that wasn't Trump. And I am not a Trump supporter, but at least Trump was honest in saying that he wanted to build a wall. The Democrats try to act like they're helping you, and then they're not. And then instead of the people who voted for Joe Biden talking about the issue at hand and saying that they made a mistake and they were fooled, people just want to try to act like this isn't happening. And a lot of people are upset and they're not going to like to hear this. But let me tell you something. Number one of the things that's going to happen, black people are going to start voting Democrat less and less. Number two, it is highly likely that Trump will be back in office in 2024, and let me tell you why. We're not happy. People who voted Democrat, the Republicans, nobody's happy with Joe Biden in office. This is like really bad. Nobody's having a good time. Really, it turned into a dictatorship really quickly. Once again, going in circles with the Democrats. Maxine Waters came out in a video where she was mentioning Trump and the Republicans, and it's like, no. We can't blame the Republicans for something that the Democrats are doing, all right? I just don't understand this finger pointing. If you do something wrong, own it. But instead, everybody wants to point the finger this way and that way. Black people, I really hope that you guys stop voting Democrat. We need our own independent party. This is something for you to think about. And you know what? If you're black and you decide to vote Republican, I'm not going to ostracize you. I won't be mad at you. That is your right. Because I knew that Joe Biden was not the person that you guys thought he was. Everybody was just jumping up and down and they thought they had been saved. And I'm going to make a list of videos of racist things that Joe Biden has said. This man who many of you guys think is your savior, who many of you guys look at him with his cape on, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Oh, and by the way, maybe we wouldn't have to host refugees if America would stop destabilizing their country.
Tout à fait. Yo matin pour la coupe ni mais nous pied nous senti nous tout mal là pour venir là pas que nous descendre pour journaliste pas ouais. Et comme d'ailleurs yo retire pour journaliste pas ouais. Parce que ça fait un cachet qui a fait. Ça on fait. Nous marions pas dans yo marions ni mais nous ni pied nous ni senti nous. Enchaîner nous ni pied nous mais nous. Bon quand pas rien dans pour monde même dans pour bête. Dans pour bête. Nous 8 jours en prison, 8 jours presque pain m'a manger.
I'm pissed. I'm unhappy, and I'm not just unhappy with the cowboys who were running down Haitians and using their reins to whip them. I'm happy with the administration. We are following the Trump policy. He is the one that does not follow the Constitution and would not allow those seeking refuge to be able to petition to get into the country. What the hell are we doing here? What we witness takes us back hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Cowboys with their reins again whipping black people, Haitians, into the water where they're scrambling and falling down when all they're trying to do is escape from violence in their country.
If Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot to them.
If Haiti just quietly sunk into the Caribbean or rose up 300 feet, it wouldn't matter a whole lot to them.